enter in Elodie was really, there is this in Kathmandu? I thought there was only monasteries, In Paris, I'm pretty sure there is not this level. So, and it's in Kathmandu. A smile can appear very quickly in Nepal.
Mm-hmm.
You see, even I found Dido. I was like, really, there is Dido in Paris? Paris is pretty much the opposite now. But people still think it's the city of love. Biggest challenge for Nepal now it's to keep the cultures and to digest the modernization in the same time. Nightlife in Kathmandu was really improving, years after year. And somewhere I wanted to show with this video that Nepal is multiple. We have probably lots of foreigners, they have this image of Nepal, which is the cultural one. But Nepal is really improving in terms of infrastructures, and there are people really involved and really serious, in what they do. And of course, the LOD is really massive, and it's really impressive. When one of my friends was there recently, he entered in LOD. Was really, there is this in Kathmandu? I thought there was only monasteries, So it's good. And my experience was great because of this. I was, even if I knew that it was improving, I didn't expect it was that level. It's really good, guys, really. I mean, LOD is 49th club in the world. I'm sure it will grow. And other clubs are great, like Omnia, Plan B, plenty of. So the experience was great.
Which was your personal favorite?
It's difficult to say. I mean, I have good relationship with everyone. But of course, LOD is massive. It's in terms of techniques, engineering, the lights. It's really impressive. Even in Europe, I'm not sure there are this level. In Paris, I'm pretty sure there is not this level. So, and it's in Kathmandu. So, yeah, the experience was great. I'm not so much a dancer. I don't like to dance so much. But shooting that, speaking with the people, and catching the ambience, the atmosphere was great. But I'm not so much a club person. Like, I don't go every weekend. Little bit more since I did this video. But and then I did also a little bit in Pokhara recently. And same, like the 16 and the catwalk, they are serious.
How different is it from back home?
There is good vibe. I didn't see any problem. But it's related to the Nepal vibe, I think. I mean, I've never feel in danger in Nepal, or the atmosphere in Paris is more heavy. When you go out in the club, you're always prepared to have a fight or stuff like this. There is always a moment where there is a twist in the night. I mean, really often. So, yeah, I like this. It's easy. It's good vibe, like simple.
Is it a bit safer in Nepal?
Definitely. It is safer. I mean, it's been years I'm living here. Never had any problem. Even at 3:00 drunk with other drunk people. I have noticed that even if there is a situation where it can be a little tension, a smile can appear very quickly in Nepal. Maybe because I'm foreigner, I don't know. But very fast the situation can okay. Let it go.
So how has your because I think YouTube has helped you a lot in terms of traveling as well. Since your channel has gained traction, right? I think is it more easier for you to travel since you have like a public presence? Has that played a role?
Yeah, I think people recognize me a little bit more, and I get more help also. And of course. I mean, it was easy at the beginning also. I'm always welcome. But yeah, now there is a little bit this, you're the guy. And then, okay, we want to show you this in the village. So, yeah, but it's not huge fame or whatever. I'm not searching for this, but the welcome is always. I mean, the welcome is always good.
Because yeah, I think it's when I was watching your vlogs, it was pretty interesting, like how everything, like people were helping you, and then like I think people loved your videos as well. So like it's I think their way of giving something to you as well, because how you portrayed us, how you portrayed Nepal, I think it's the kind of giving back to you a bit.
Yeah, true. There is what this guy in Daran during the Kirati festival. He gave me this little Rai gender, Rai flag, and he told me that he said, "Thank you for what you do. You are portraying Nepal in a positive way." And yeah, that was the best feedback I could expect, you know, like, because I do it with my heart. I'm not traveling all the world. I'm not using Nepal to gain subscribers, you know. I'm not here for 3 weeks trying to grab maximum I can grab in Nepal and then I go to Thailand. I do it for Nepal because I love Nepal. Really, I live here. My channel is Nepali Tangidai. It's not... and the only video I did abroad, it was about Nepali, like in Portugal or in Paris. So yeah, probably people, they are grateful some way for that, and me, it makes me happy, of course.
How was your experience trying to find Nepalese food in France?
It was great. Suddenly I saw the Paris differently. Yeah, there was another prism, you know. I know Paris by heart, even if it's not my real city, but I spend lots of time in Paris. Suddenly there was a Nepali community, and I was entering in some places, and I was speaking Nepali with people, and said it was great. You see, even I found Dido. I was like, really, there is Dido in Paris? That's great.
Since we talk so much about Nepalese culture, how about you tell us some of the important culture that you have back home?
Like I told you, I think actually me, I was born, and my culture is from the west part of France, so the Brittany. So it's like in front of an ocean. So our culture is like a Celtic culture, Sanskriti Faraksha, and like yeah, we have our own culture, our own dances. And I did a video in my village this summer, and I was trying to show the common things that we can have in between the cultures. So mainly it's regarding the pride we have for our food, the pride we have for our dances, the pride we can have for our language, stuff like that. But obviously, like I told you also, we are also victim of the uniformization of the world. So the culture will be really expressed only 1, 2, 3 days during the year, you know, when there is really important festival. So for me, this is the big difference. Like I feel like in Nepal, you will have almost, not every day, but you will see ethnical dress almost every day. You will see lots of festivals there. So we have less and less and less and less compared to the time of our grandparents. At that time, it was more visible. You could see every day. So that's my main regret, because in Brittany, we have a strong culture, very strong, like regarding festivals, dance. And yeah, I hope it will not disappear completely. That's the main thing.
So when we see the movies and like because there's a Netflix series called Emily in Paris, and then from what I have heard, it's very stereotypical Paris that we see. If you have any comments about that.
Paris is absolutely not like this. It's only cliches and layers of cliches. Paris is not nice. Paris is not safe. You will not hang out in Paris like this. And I mean, really, if Emily was really in Paris, oh my God, she will struggle, you know? Yeah, it's an image of Paris. You see, it's a big cliche, like the city of love and everything. But yeah, it's like you make a series in Kathmandu and people drive safely. There is no dust. I mean,
Yeah, polar opposites.
it's not like this, you see. But yeah, there was this movie also. Maybe you have seen Amélie. It was very famous. Amélie Poulain. That's the same idea of imagining
finding your lover in Paris.
Yeah, perfect Paris where everyone is nice, everything is clean, there is no fight, everything is smooth. Now Paris is pretty much the opposite now, but people still think it's the city of love. Maybe really in the center of Paris you will find this, but it's fake. You see, it's restaurants and people who plays with this image that the tourists have. But it's not real. Sorry to disappoint you.
Because I also heard like it's known for its fashion. That's what I heard as well.
Yeah, it was probably. It's known for that, but it's really in the upper class. You see, for the fashion models, défilé. We call that. Yeah.
I feel it in my culture as well because it's starting to fade.
You think so?
Yeah, it's because I had a Nevari creator who makes those vlogs as well, and I'm glad that there are also those kind of vloggers as well who he runs a podcast as well, and it's purely in Nevari, since because our language it's slowly starting to disappear. But I think now Kathmandu has implemented that you need to learn Nevari as a subject. So I think that's a good plus point. But because there's no implementation, or because there's no like how we glamorize the West, there's movies that show these showcase a lot of culture. I think it's lacking in the Nevar culture in specific. That's how I feel. And that's why I think it's getting challenging. In specifics, like specifics of the specifics, how we as Kongsakars have different values, different cultures, and we only have about 800 to 1,000 Kongsakars in Nepal. So even in Nevari community specifically, there would be different culture in specific caste. From what I've known. And yeah, I think it's pretty interesting that you and a lot of people have this way of having like you have like a lens from seeing Nepal. Would you like to make a real documentary and then probably publish it because you're so well versed in filmmaking?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, of course. Why not? Like we said before, YouTube is you can do 100% what you want, but after a few time, if I can do something with more budget, something to travel further, I would be really interested to go Upper Dolpo, very far. So I have some dreams like this, of course. And but yeah, to answer what you were saying before, it's very interesting what you said, because I think this is the biggest challenge of Nepal. To modernization is there, whatever, it's coming and it's good. I mean, we need infrastructures, we need good roads, I hope one day. We need good facilities, better things. But the biggest challenge for Nepal now it's to keep the cultures and to digest the modernization in the same time, which I think we didn't do properly in the Western world. We were overwhelmed by modernization, and that's the way we lost our festivals, cultures. Even in France, every district of France was different. There was different culture, different food. Now, so the biggest challenge is there for me: how we can keep this festival, this culture, this Newari language, this Zatra, this Sakela, everything, and in the same time enter in the world more modern. And that's the main thing I'm observing. I think till now it's pretty good. I mean, like there is a good balance between two, from what I think. But after 1, 2, 3 generation, how it's gonna look, I don't know. So it's always the biggest challenge.
Yeah, I think it gets tricky where like the children, the teenagers mostly watch movies, documentaries, right? So it's hard for them to digest what there is in our culture, right? And it some like slowly people are starting to go abroad a lot to a mass extent. So I think that plays a role as well, where we don't really want because even in our colleges or schools, it's to a point where if we speak in Nepali, it's kind of like, no, don't speak Nepali.
Oh, you have to speak English?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
त्यस्तो culture पनि छ भनौँ, where like from where I studied, right? कुनै कुनै स्कुलमा चाहिँ त्यस्तो गराउँछ कि तिमीले नेपाली मात्रै नबोल, नेपाली बोल्नु मिल्दैन, only talk in English. So those kind of rules, modernization, as you said, I think त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ बिस्तारै everything is like slowly